The Monstrous Playbook is an adventure podcast for grown-ups. It contains violence and profanity and deals with adult themes that may be uncomfortable for some listeners. Listener discretion is advised.
This is the Monsters Playbook, a real play Monster of the Week podcast where it's super dangerous, but almost nobody dies. I mean, except inside. This week on the cover story, after dealing with Exploding Boy and what happened immediately after, the team needs some time to collect themselves. But these monster hunters are not lone wolves anymore, so they'll each spend some alone time, but, you know, not alone. And it goes okay. I mean, pretty much. Well, you'll see.
I'm John, and I play Mark Clayton.
I'm Lauren, and I play Kira Ashwood.
I'm Miah, and I play Casey Davis and Theo Nessos.
I'm Jonny, and I play literally everybody else. Let's see how they do. Okay, so last session, we sort of left you guys on a bit of a cliffhanger. I do think we will pick up a few days later, but I want to know what, if anything, do you do immediately after Kira pulled away from Casey?
I feel like things would just end really, really awkwardly. I think Casey will realize Kira's reaction, not say anything, back away, and I think just straight up leave. And I think that when Kira goes home, that a lot of Casey's stuff is gone. I think that Jesse's gonna get a text message from Casey. Hey, do you mind if I crash at your place for a little bit? Would he let her?
Well, roll manipulate someone, first of all.
Yeah, so I rolled a 9 for manipulate someone.
You can't have a key, but you can sleep there.
Can I ask you, Jonny, what is Jesse's reaction to, seeing Casey show up at his door? She's probably, shaking and has been crying and trying not to continue crying.
I think he'll open the door and, beckon you in, then put an arm around you and walk you in.
Okay, I think Casey will, collapse against him.
Yeah, I figured.
If Jesse would listen, I think that Casey will tell him, everything.
Everything? Like Tessa everything?
I think that Casey, I'm picturing, Jesse letting Casey in and just letting her cry for a long time. And then when she, maybe calms down a little, I can see him being tell me what happened. And I think Casey's going to tell him what happened at the auditorium and, how it ended.
I think it'll just get, a raised eyebrow and, oh. So, okay.
If you don't remember, do you remember who Tessa is?
Well, from Kira's gift.
She would tell him what happened there and how she's feeling and that she's feeling stupid and she doesn't know what to do now and I think asking Jesse I fucked up, didn't I? I made a mistake. I shouldn't have done that. Why did I do that? I can never see her again. Fuck, I can never see her again.
And then I don't know, I just am seeing all this play out as an after, an epilogue style, some slow indie song is playing while all this stuff just plays out, and Kira alone and crying in her bedroom, and then alone and crying in her tree. Mark dropping Theo back off at her
at dawn break to get her moped.
At her moped, and then kind of having a very awkward farewell.
Does Donovan do anything, or does he just fucking stay away if he hears her crying?
I think it's just that thing of Donovan kind of walks in and maybe sits at the foot of the bed, but I don't think you're having it, and I think he knows to give you a bit of distance. And yeah, Casey gets accepted into Jesse's house. Tommy is very devotedly cleaning his guns. And Nick drops a little 2 fingers of whiskey on the table next to him and sits down to join him and clean his own guns as well.
Does Tommy talk to Kira at all in the days in between, or no?
No. And I guess with that, we'll go ahead and start our next mystery.
Do we want us to do our pre-rolls and stuff?
Yes, let's.
Oh, yeah. By the way, I took the gain another option for your Haven.
Okay.
You had suggested that it made more sense. Like, do we want Jesse's place to be like that? Or, like, when I eventually get my Havens back?
I think
Because I was either leaning towards Infirmary or the weapons one.
it only makes sense to give those to you when you get your other ones back.
Okay.
Forget, what do I roll? I roll.
Two D6s.
I know that. Okay, that's an 8 for Destiny's Plaything.
Okay.
I got an 11 for Connect the Dots, so I get 3 questions against you.
I got an 11.
And then that is a 9 for Woman with a Plan. So 1 hold.
I think, Mark, the premonition you get is the 4 of you in the hallway, and you're stranded there. All of you. You're in the hallway, and there's no way back.
Don't like that.
Shit.
Do we still want to go?
My abilities don't work to open the door again? Oh, but I could close the doors. I couldn't open them. As far as I knew.
Kira, you get a vague hint. The information you're going to get, Kira, is that you were chosen once, and you will be chosen again.
Oh, God. Oh.
I thought we're past season 1.
Oh, boy.
Cool.
So I think where I want to start is with Theo, and I think it's going to be a couple days later for everybody. Make sure you all heal up all your harm.
Roger that.
Like, how many days are we talking? Have we exchanged prisoners yet?
No, I think that's meant to happen tomorrow, let's say.
Okay.
And Theo, you're in your room studying your medical texts, and there's a knock at your door.
I'm gonna hide my medical texts.
I know you are. Roll act under pressure, why don't you?
That's gonna be a 4.
We'll mark experience.
Oh, man.
Yeah, they leveled up.
Hey.
So you're going to be shuffling around your book, and I think literally like one of them is going to like get away from you, and you'll do that thing where you try to catch it and it just like keeps bouncing further away, and then you'll skid up to the door right as it swings open, and Bennett's there. And he's going to bend down and pick it up and be like, anatomy, studying the new sciences.
Yeah. Thought that maybe I could incorporate it into some healing spells.
Roll manipulate someone.
I get a +1 because it's my family. 8.
He's going to flip it over and flip it back and be like, this is from the university.
Yeah, I got a library card from there. The local library isn't as expansive.
He'll walk over and sort of slap it down on your desk and be like, why not choose the family library?
Do we have books on anatomy?
Never mind this. I am here to discuss a separate wing of your education.
Oh.
There is the matter of your training, which was to be completed until what happened with our sister.
Yeah.
Come, Theora. It's time for your final lesson.
Should I grab anything? I can, like any herbs or...
He's just going to turn around and walk out without responding and go, only yourself.
Okay, I think Theo looks back at her like, tool belt of magical things. And I guess she'll leave it and follow after him.
He's going to take you out into the property. There's like, in your family mansion, there's quite a large, just sort of garden yard into a sort of lightly covered area of the garden. And he's gonna be standing in the center of this big long path, and he's gonna turn to you and he's gonna say, do you know why it is the Magios have access to such magic?
I assume it's through our bloodline.
In a sense. Close your eyes. Reach out with your senses.
Theo will close her eyes.
Feel the magic. Roll use magic.
12.
Nice.
Advanced move, if it matters.
Open your eyes. You open your eyes and you can see around Bennett just this like hovering glow of like thousands of teeny tiny, almost look like fireflies, like glowing dust hovering around him. And he'll like move his hand and a bunch of it will follow, and then he'll like sort of will it to take the shape of a small ball in his hand. This is raw power, magica. It is all around us. And to those with the blood, it is drawn to us. It hums around us. It is what makes us Magion.
I think Theo will lift up her hand.
You can see it around your hand too. You can feel it like it's alive. It speaks to us, Theora. It speaks through us. And when we speak back, we can make it do anything we wish. But like any resource, it is finite. It must not be used casually.
Where does it come from? Where did it begin?
One day you will join our scholars and you will research that very question. It is of the earth, some think. It is life itself, others say. We know it is real. We know it follows us. We know we can use it. The question, Theora, is what will you do with it? Mark, you've been having an awkward time eating your breakfast because Lowry won't stop staring at you. He just ruffles his feathers. Your shape.
Is there something wrong?
This mark thing that you are.
This mark thing that I am.
It limits you needlessly.
Am I... What do you mean limit? I'm fine where I am.
He squints his eyes slowly in that cat smile thing. And he goes, you are fine, but you ought to be more.
Go on.
He has an offer for you. This is very weird, but this is how I want to do it. He wants you to destroy that sweater your mother made for you. And if you do, you'll be able to take any move from any playbook. Choosing one shape only closes doors.
But what if you're happy with the doors closed?
What's so great about a closed door? Why, if I closed every door, I couldn't do this. Then he'll like flap his wings and a gorilla will land on your kitchen table.
Whoa.
Shapes, boy. We needn't choose just one.
Listen, if I destroy this sweater, I'm afraid I'm going to disconnect with this reality and I won't be able to get back. This is grounding me, it's keeping me here.
What has this reality ever done for you? Maybe it's time to come home.
That isn't the first time I've heard that. I'll think about it. But I need time.
And he'll like take his huge gorilla arms and go to pound them on the kitchen table, but when they hit their owl wings, and he'll flap himself back up to like above your cabinets. And he'll be like, don't take too long. Some doors close on their own. Kira, what have you been up to in the last few days?
I think Kira has been having
a really rough time. She's more or less been isolating herself in her room all day, and she's barely slept. I think she's worried about McCleary taking control over the body again, but I do think that she's probably been to see Dr. Mendy at Ears and shared what happened at the auditorium.
Okay, and in that sort of session, Mendy would have spoken to you about your history with dissociation, and I think his move would have been to ask if he could speak with McCleary and try and work with you to open up lines of communication.
Oh, I think Kira would have refused, at least for now. She's absolutely terrified of McCleary, and she does not want him in control of the body after what happened. She's definitely going to need some time before she's ready for that.
I think that makes sense. But if you are not going to do the work, then we will find you now getting worked over by McCleary. And he's just going down the list of everything you've done. Things from before, Mark at the Roy Wilkins, and what that must mean about what you are, what you're capable of, and what you can never be again. I think after several hours of this, he's going to actually dole out a punishment. It's going to clip your wings for a while.
Okay.
Maybe after walking around in the shit with the rest of us, you'll realize you're not so much better. Just because of what you can do.
Why are you doing this?
Because you're broken.
What does that make you?
The fixer.
Could have fooled me.
He just punches you in the face.
So I don't have my wings. Can I try to talk to Anna?
I'm going to need you to roll plus weird.
9.
You can talk to her, but you're not going to be able to get away from McCleary.
Is there any way, we can get this guy to shut up?
If there is, I haven't found it yet.
Well, keep looking.
If you can get him talking, it'll hurt less, but it'll take longer.
How long have you been here, McCleary?
Roll manipulate someone.
No, I failed.
Oh boy.
That's a 6.
I think he's going to grab your neck and pin you against the imaginary wall behind you and be like, I'm asking the questions, prisoner. When did you figure out that you liked it?
Why would I like this?
Bending other people to your will? Just couldn't stay away, could you?
I was helping my friend.
You pushed him out of the way of a car with a knife. Nice.
I helped my friend.
Whatever helps you sleep at night, monster.
Yeah, fuck you too.
You know, maybe walking around in the mud with the rest of us is just going to be a little too comfortable for you. Maybe you'll just remember what a beast you are. Maybe you just need to go back to school or something. It's such a shame, Kira. You used to be such a nice girl.
Guess what, McCleary? You're a fucking dick.
Well, that will stop him talking. But it will start him doing the other thing.
Yeah. For clarification, is this, so my wings are out of commission, so he's physically actually hurt me too.
What's happening, you are, right, he's doing this to you in your mind, so he's beating the shit out of, your soul. You aren't going to take any harm from this. He's not physically harming you, he's, putting a mental block on using your wings. If every time you try to bring him out, you'll just, choke.
Can I find Donovan?
So there will be some more time of you getting your ass kicked in your mind, and then you'll wake up exhausted, feeling like you're hungover. Yeah, I think you'll find Donovan sort of mid-afternoon, so I think he's taking his coffee on the porch.
What kind of coffee does Donovan drink? Is it just black?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
As one of his wings.
Yeah, oh. Yeah, I'll go out and I'll sit outside across from him. How did you know to come and find me?
When
you first came for me as a kid? How did they know?
Roll manipulate someone.
7.
In those days, we had prophets and intelligence gatherers crawling small towns like yours. These people, they can see power. They saw yours.
Where did it come from?
At the time, we all thought it came from him, the creator. These days, I'm not so sure.
You used to talk to him, didn't you?
So did you.
When did he stop talking to you?
When he started talking to you.
Do you miss him?
In a way. Like a phantom limb.
Yeah. I know the feeling.
Like a sore in the roof of my mouth that's gone, but I still can't stop fussing.
You fussing?
I fuss.
So you mentioned, I know you were like, I told you not to do it and like definitely don't do it. But when you were talking about those spell components that you were could maybe sell to somewhere, where would you do that?
I have contacts in the city. Are you looking to get into business?
Maybe I have something that I'm looking into. Could require some materials and a person capable of casting spells.
There is a store, a dealer, operates out of just on the other side of the university neighborhood, on Como, the Clockwork Child. Unreliable as dealers go, but they always have what I'm looking for.
Would you want to come with me?
To sell something?
To buy.
Roll manipulate someone.
11.
Okay.
Ooh, I could even wear my suit.
Ooh, okay. I think he'll stand up and walk to the edge of the porch and flare out his wings and be like, "Shall we?"
I can't fly right now.
Just slowly go back to being the cloak around his neck. Why?
Did you ever meet somebody named McCleary?
Where would I have met a McCleary?
Well, you know about Anna.
Your sister.
I guess McCleary's the shitty older brother who wants to punish me.
I think he'll just slowly reach out and put a hand on your shoulder and say, "We'll drive then." Casey, what are you doing?
So I guess like the previous night, Casey and Jesse were talking, and Casey's going to be spending a couple of days, maybe many days with Jesse, and Casey came out to Jesse as bisexual.
That's right. Why don't you roll investigate a mystery, please?
10.
Kira is going to wear her suit.
I assumed.
I, as Casey, am sad that I'm missing that.
Oh yeah, she looked fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
But whenever you guys meet up after this, she'll probably still be wearing it, and you can be like, "Ugh."
And then you're going to make me roll act under pressure to see if I don't say something stupid.
So the biggest difference with Jesse in this reality is that he is actually working deep undercover for Ears.
You're deep cover where? What for? Tell me everything.
So with that roll, I'm going to tell you 3 things. The first thing that he initially said that I'm seeing from the chat was that it was like that James Bourne.
Jason Bourne?
Sure. I don't watch a lot of movies. So Anthem is like a elite group within Ears. In this version, and I think he's in between, I guess, tours right now. About a year and a half ago, his last assignment had ended, and his last assignment had taken him 7 years. That he basically just took the codename London for a while and was based out of London and did Ears shit there. He didn't have a name and identity. He didn't really have any backup. And he was there because of some disturbances that they eventually figured out were being caused by a warlock named Strauss. Futzing with some kind of demonic shit from there. I killed him. It was, well, took me long enough, but it was clean in the end. So now he's back here, working normal cases, until they find a new thing that's going to need that kind of skill set. He knows there are precisely 12 people in Anthem, and he doesn't know who any of the others are. He's not supposed to.
Why? Like, why did you accept going into that? I thought you wanted to do research.
Anthem takes me to the absolute edge. Monsters and practitioners who are doing things that there isn't even a word for.
So why do you do it?
Because I don't know anything about it. They drop you in, you learn quick. I learn quick. I think fast. I'm good at it.
Do you remember what happened to you at the museum? Did that still happen to you, to this version of you?
I think he scowls almost involuntarily when you say museum.
Is that a no or a yes?
It's a yes.
I think I kind of have a question for Jonny. Like, this thing, Anthem, like, I'm curious if this is something that, like, my Jessie would have been into, or if this is just, this Jessie isn't it.
The implication I want to make here is that this Jessie only has superficial connections to his family and was therefore willing and able to enroll in something like this. Your Jessie had a better family life.
So I know, Jonny, when you and I had talked, that Jessie didn't know anything about the drum. But then talking to Kira, Lauren, he did know the drum.
Fuck.
Well, so the end of the session, when I had asked him to remove the camera from my head, I had said, "What do you know about the drum?" And he got this weird look, and he was like, "Why are you asking me that?" And I said, "Because they're dangerous, and I think they're following me." And he's like, "Well, if they're following you, then that probably means that they either want you dead or they want you in." And I think that's all he really said. And I told him they're part of yours.
Okay, and that was this Jessie. So I fucked up. Casey. So let's see. I think the only real change that would happen there would be he doesn't know a lot about them because obviously no one who does know would talk to him. He knows whispers. He knows they're big. He knows they're powerful. And he knows they don't do much without an objective. They kill and they collect and they do very little else.
Okay. Who do you report to, Jessie?
Day to day, the author. Under Anthem, the singer.
Do you know or remember an agent, Lisa Byron?
Why don't you roll Investigate a Mystery?
10. Did Kira tell Casey about Operation Tourniquet?
Well, you would have heard, what's her face? Emily talking about it. They got their start with something called Operation Tourniquet.
Lisa Byron?
Yeah, she went on to become a producer.
She used to be my producer.
She isn't the author, is she?
No. Wait. It's way better if the answer is yes.
So it is yes now?
Yep.
Cool. They're both the director and the author. Fuck them all. We're dismantling the entire thing.
And Jessie reports to the author now.
Yep.
And Kira reports to the author.
Fuck them all. Just fuck them all.
Jessie, I know that you, I guess, have only known me for less than 24 hours, but I need you to trust me.
Roll manipulate someone.
Oh no. Oh no. Okay. 14.
Woof. Plus it's actually a 15 because you didn't know it, but you were rolling +1 because he's kind of watched a lot of movies about you, is what it feels like. Okay. What do you need?
I don't think that you're in any danger. I mean, I don't know. You're not a monster. But the drum seems to be getting more powerful, more prevalent, and I know who's in charge of the drum, and I know somebody else who's involved with the drum.
Lisa, are you telling me
But
the
I
fucking
don't want
author is in the drum?
Yeah. She...
Jesus.
Does Operation Tourniquet mean anything to you?
Should it?
I think that's when, like, the drum sort of, like, started. Like, that was their first big thing. I don't really know much about it. I also, to be honest, not that I trust, but don't trust the information, but I got it from some ICE agents.
We're talking to ICE agents now.
I mean, technically, I wasn't talking to ICE agents. I was just a bystander. To be honest, I might have to. They're kind of linked to how my existence got wiped. But that's kind of another story.
That makes sense. Static Brick would be their MO.
Yeah. I was... Okay, one thing at a time. I need you to be careful, but, like, I feel like I owe it to you to know, and if you're gonna go in on this with me, I think you deserve to know who's in charge of the drum. And it's not good, Jesse.
None of it's good. They're a bad organization. Person in charge is, you know,
The director.
like that's their title in the drum.
No.
I'm
a little skeptical. Like, I don't want to believe it. I don't want to believe that, you know, an organization that you and I work for...
Why do you think that? Do you have any proof? Any proof?
You know his, I guess, assistant? Do you know what they really are?
I mean, a weirdo, but harmless.
It's an enslaved angel, Jesse. Mark saw it. The director talked to Kira and told Kira to not tell anybody about the drum and to only report back to him about it. And Mark and I hid outside the office.
That makes sense. If it's just good practice if you're trying to root out a clandestine organization within you. You're right, you want to manage the flow of information.
Yeah, and after Kira talked to the director, I mean, I don't know why, maybe to test her trustworthiness, the author insisted on her telling her what the director said. I mean, unless there's some crazy, like, uproar in the drum, which would be, you know, even fucking crazy, like, ears and then in the drum and then in, like...
Well, son of a bitch.
You've got to promise me, though. You're not going to do anything. Not yet.
Of course I'm gonna do something.
No. I don't want you getting hurt or worse. This is
He's gonna stand up and be like, what? When the hell did you turn into Protector all of a sudden? This is my world. You're practically a tourist. I'm just... How am I supposed to take... Hey, everything you ever thought, all the people that you trusted are conspiring against you, and... Fuck. I need to... He's gonna, like, go over to his closet and start putting on his jacket.
Jesse,
like,
stop. I can't have you do this.
You stop. Why did you tell me this then?
Because you're my fucking brother. And I know that when we go in on this, that you and I can do it together.
Roll manipulate someone.
I'm gonna use a luck point.
I had a feeling.
I rolled a 6. I forget what the consequence for...
Oh, it's fun.
Is it
for
the flake or is it the flake or the professional?
The flake. That's what your current.
Okay,
that's what you are.
So the flake is...
The flake one is actually good. Pick an aspect of the current situation and I will tell you what other conspiracy it connects to.
That's like good compared to like all of the rest of them. The rest of them, it's like you're turning more monstrous. Your fate comes into play.
You pick an aspect. Pick something that's going on. And then you can ask me and I will tell you what else is connected to it.
Can I ask you about eyes?
What do you want to ask me about eyes? Or do you just want to say eyes? Tell me what else they're connected to?
Yeah, okay, so, like, can you tell me with eyes more about, like, the brick aesthetic? Because one of the things I want to find out more about is, like, this is a tool that they have been using. Like, do they have a contingency? What happens to those agents that use it? Like, are you able to tell me anything about that?
Not with this. I am able to tell you that eyes is tied to the invisible family. Has connections to the hallway. And I think that's it. I think, yeah, as far as open conspiracies, their biggest connection is to the invisible family.
I can't have you do this, Jesse. I can't.
I'm supposed to be an agent.
And you're a good agent. But we need to collect more information, and we need to, like, be prepared. Really catch them when they're least expecting it. If you just run in there, like I know that you're going to do, because I would do the same thing.
Then why don't you?
Because I need to know more. I want to break it down so that even if we knock that top person off, there isn't going to be anybody else to rebuild it. I want to burn them from within. I want to get back our ears. The ears that I joined for, the ears that you fight for now. I mean, hell, if you and I can do it together, we could reform ears into what we want it to be. Into not fucking, like, monster hunters and, like, killing monsters, but, like, helping and stopping monsters, both human and otherwise, from killing and hurting people. I know that you've been hurt in the past by things, and so have I. But if we go in guns blazing, we have a bad track record for that. I can't...
Okay, fine. We'll do it your way. Mark, was there anything you had wanted to look into? One thing I do want to, and this will be embarrassing, there's a thing that I had meant for Lowry to say to you about shapes. They tie you down. Because that's what I want to call this episode.
They tie you down, or what?
Shapes?
Tie
or like
you
tie me down?
Shapes.
Alright, the title of the episode is Tie Me Down.
Don't you...
Sweet.
If you do that, I'm going to make mouth sounds into this microphone.
I mean, I'm sure it's picking up mouth sounds anyways.
Death by ASMR.
I think that still would have been under that conversation that they were having. I think Mark needs time. I kind of want to know what happened to... Actually, I would like to go talk to Dockers and figure out what's going on with him.
Well, then that will take you to the Nessos household.
Yes.
Stalkers is still with Theo.
Your now repaired scooter.
Wait, motorcycle?
Motorcycle. You had the motorcycle.
All right, so I ended up hopping on my bike and just kind of confused by the whole conversation I had with, or I guess not confused, but rather a little nervous about the whole conversation I had about shapes and getting this offer. But I think Mark's going to try and shake it off by going over to Theo's and talking with Theo a little bit, and then also chat with Dockers and see what's going on after the last situation.
Roll act under pressure. Don't miss.
8.
Okay. I actually think you ring the doorbell and there is like a multi-tone ding to the doorbell at the Nessos house. And the door swings open and a puckish woman looking in her early 30s is standing on the other side, and she's like, "Who are you?"
Is Theo home?
The door swings open further and a second identical woman with slightly different hair says, "Theo, is it?"
Uh-oh. Bringing home the boy, Theo.
They lean against each other and they say at the same time, "Who are you?"
A friend. I mean, if now's not a good time, I can.
Oh, no, now's perfect. Each one of them grabs you by a separate wrist and drags you into the house.
Oh no.
So you have to tell us everything. Where did you meet?
We met.
First date, first kiss?
No, whoa.
Theo, roll plus sharp.
8.
Okay. You'll hear this in a bit.
We,
this is going to go on for a minute.
I don't know. We kind of started working together a little while ago, and we happened to bump into each other. And
Did you drink tea?
Yeah. Sure.
One of them will start boiling a pot, and then the other one will like sit you down at the table, working together. Workplace romance. Workplace romance. How long have you known each other? How long have you known our little Theora?
About a month and a half.
Young and low romance. And you're wearing sunglasses.
Yeah, I just went to the doctor recently, and they, I got sensitive eyes at the moment. They had to dilate them, so I just have to wear these currently. It's a little embarrassing. Yeah.
On the counter next to the stove, there is a very big, heavy, tabby cat, and it very clearly speaks. Lying.
Oh, well, that's a neat trick. How did you guys get your cat to talk?
Oh, he only knows the one word. And then the other one by the cat will be like, and he only says it when someone tells a lie.
Oh, so it's a special cat.
And you would know that, wouldn't you? You're a special cat yourself, I bet. Theo, you can hear the distant stammerings of your friend Mark and a very clear, pealing, meowing whine of your family cat.
What's the name of the cat?
That's a good question.
You can't just introduce a cat and not give it a name.
Is its name Girdle?
No.
That's what Drew calls our cat. I think. Oh, actually, I'll wait until she walks in. I have something that I want to message Theo in her head as she walks in.
Psevdomenos is actually his name.
Why would you do this to me?
You could call it Dominoes.
No, Theo would
Sev.
not.
Sev or Dom?
By the way, what is the name of your cat?
Oh, Psevdomenos. He listens very closely. The one by the stove says, we listen closely too.
I think Theo's probably in her room when I think Theo's like heading back into the house after talking with Bennett. When she hears this and like, Mark? And like runs to her sister's room and I think like kind of skids to a halt like in the doorway. Mark!
Oh, they're in the kitchen.
Oh, they're in the kitchen. Okay.
I just in the movie version of this, I pictured like you coming in, the camera just like going right into Mark. Help.
Like I think like Theo kind of like slides in. Mark.
Theo. Hi.
What? Hey.
At once, both sisters say, yes, hi, Theo. We're meeting your friends.
Yeah, I mean, working
Theo,
acquaintance.
you've got a really lovely family and a very nice cat that can talk.
A mug of tea is set down gingerly in front of you.
Thank you.
Hear that? We're a nice family.
Yeah. I think Theo will, like, shoot them, like, just a sisterly, like, what the fuck are you doing right now? And I think Theo's gonna, like, read a bad situation and open her third eye to see if there's anything fucking magical in this tea.
Ooh, roll it.
I think before Mark even, like, or before she can even do that, I think Mark is already, like, not paying attention.
Bringing it to his lips.
He's bringing it up to his lips out of, like, courtesy.
10.
I want this to go badly and just, like, you splash it in my face.
Just wait.
Yeah, there is going to be another roll if you want to do something about it. But yes, there is a Sooth's herb, Alethio herb, that would compel him to tell the truth uncontrollably.
Ooh,
Oh, don't need that.
don't like that. Can we get Subdominos on a t-shirt and then it just says liar?
Yes.
Can you, Johnny? I know. Can you tell me like what maybe herbs are in this tea?
Kind of.
Can you kind of tell me?
I think it's like a bunch of normal shit. Like,
'Cause I think what Theo's gonna end up doing is just like, Mark is allergic to tea.
Oh. Yeah, it's a recent allergy that I
So,
acquired.
Unless we want to have a dead
Liar.
body on our hands, you probably shouldn't drink that.
Can't get anything past you.
I forgot how.
I think at this point Mark is just sweating.
I think like
Subdominos says it's fine.
He pulls his collar. He's like, help Theo.
We asked. He said he drinks tea. Drink up.
Theo like is he just like don't. Is there something that you wanted to discuss in private, Mark?
I have to go to the bathroom.
Kathleen, who was the one by the stove, will grab you, Theo, by the shoulders and move to sit you down by the table. And Mark will stand up and say, I have to go to the bathroom, rush out of the room, then licking his paws and chops, Sev will just go, lying.
Sev, shut up. And I think that like Theo might cast a small like gust spell to knock the cat off and like shoo it out of the kitchen.
Wait, does Mark trip over the cat on the way to the bathroom?
The cat's up on the counter.
Oh, okay. No, but she shoot it away. So
Well,
it'd be like
we'll
running-
see. Don't
Okay.
miss.
9.
Choose a glitch.
I think it has to be a problematic side effect.
Oh God, Mark gets bad gas.
I don't know why. I don't think this is technically problematic, but what I want to happen is that you like gust the cat away and it flies through the air and Mark catches him and just leaves the room with the cat.
That's fine. I think as soon as Mark leaves, Theo's gonna like turn on her sisters. What are you doing?
Kathleen will say, oh, look, they're getting along.
What are you doing?
We're meeting your friends, Theora.
Why are you giving him compulsion tea?
Katerina will say, sorry, Theo.
It's Theora.
We so rarely meet your friends. We wanted to make sure that we could really get to know him.
Why?
We'll manipulate someone. I think you guys are also hearing like cat screeches coming. Like
I know. I think I would carry this cat to the bathroom. I would close the door, and the cat would be sitting in front of me, and I'd just sit there on the toilet and look at it.
both seats down, pants on.
It's like doing that thing where it like hits the door stopper. Like let me out, let me out.
Can I try using my telepathy on this cat and try and talk to it?
I would love for you to do that. I will make you roll weird. Theo, what did you roll for?
6.
10.
Okay. I think Katerina is going to say, did Deacon introduce you?
No.
Oh, but you met on one of his jobs.
No, I didn't.
A shame Sev isn't here.
I didn't meet him on one of Deacon's blackmail jobs.
Deacon has you blackmailing now? No, I think he's blackmailing her. Ooh, our brother has a secret.
If you really want to know, I met him when I was trying to find out that weird life signature. The one that came up on a dead end.
They look at each other and then back at you. That thing Mom heard.
Yeah. I ran into them when I was investigating it.
Them? Mark, you're mind melding with a cat.
Okay, so what's your story? And I'll say that in my telepathy to this cat.
I am Sevdomenos. I have served this family for generations.
He's like a mafia don. I love this cat.
Ah. Well, you hold more secrets than what I originally thought.
I respond to your question with one of my own. Why are you in my family's hall? Why have you trapped me here? In this bathroom?
Well, apologies. You were thrown into my arms and...
You know that this is not where a cat evacuates himself.
I understand that, and before I go any further, do you need to go to the bathroom? Because I will let you out.
Do you need to go to the bathroom? Why do you not let yourself out?
I mean, you should know that I don't have to go to the bathroom. You hold secrets that I don't know yet.
This is true.
And I'm aware of this. And I'm a little nervous right now because of a lot of things going on. Do you talk on this level to the rest of the family?
I can. I am not often spoken to. I have a very specific role in the Nessos household. Why are you here?
Well, I'm here for Theo. Friend of mine. Close friend of mine.
Are you here to take her from us?
Of course not. I'm just here to see her. Say hi.
Then why are you here?
Well...
He means the bathroom.
I know.
It is very difficult for you to say hello with so many walls between you.
Would I have known that they would have put the tea, or would have drugged the tea or whatever?
You would have known that Theo told you not to drink it. You don't know why. You don't know what was in it.
How do I know that it's safe here? Theo told me not to drink the tea. What's in the tea?
It is not safe here. Not for you. Tell me. Have you always been a human man?
Well, from what other people have told me, no.
He purrs.
So yeah, not from what people have been telling me recently. I thought that I was. But I guess I'm more than that. Or I've been more than that. But I'm not here to cause any trouble.
He's futzing with the doorstop. He's like, this is all very interesting, but now I do have to go to the bathroom.
Oh no!
I walk up and I pat the cat on the shoulder, open the door, and let him out.
Theo is gonna like stand up from the stool. If you're done, and I think he's gonna take the mug of tea and dump it down the sink.
Those are expensive.
Your interrogation is done. It's called consent.
You're no fun.
By the way, as Sev is leaving the bathroom, can I just say to him, how do you know that I haven't always been human?
I don't. He looks like in that behind with his tail way up. And he goes, I don't. Until you tell me. And then he just sachets away.
The sass on that cat.
Sev.
Huge fan of Sevdomenos.
Yeah, me
Sev
too.
Is great.
Every podcast needs a animal to obsess over.
Theo, I think, is gonna like leave the kitchen. He's gonna try and find Mark as he comes out of the bathroom.
I think Mark is just kind of like, he just walked out of the bathroom. He probably walked into the living room and is just kind of like standing there, kind of like looking around.
Theo will find you, grab you by the arm, just come with me, and like drag him to her room.
What does his family say about that?
Bringing a man to your room, Theo.
This is a huge fucking mansion. Like, there are ways to avoid people.
Theo, roll act under pressure.
Can you avoid the security that the family has set up?
Mark, you can help out if you want. I'm being incredibly nice here, Mark. Make the roll.
9.
So that would bring mine to an 8.
Okay. You will see, like, hanging a jacket in a hall closet. I think what happens is you see Bennett putting some things in a closet down the hall. You dive yourself into the room and pull Mark after you. Mark, you see Bennett look your way, perplexed, and the door shuts.
Is this my room or just a room?
With that roll, this is just a room. This is, I think, one of your father's studies.
Who did you say was looking down the hall?
Bennett the Seventh, her oldest brother, who I don't think you've met.
I don't. I just see a guy.
Just a, like, sort of late 30s looking, swarthy, but, like...
I can send you a picture.
Do!
Oh, no.
I mean, Greek, like, olive-skinned, black of hair. He looks like his face might have been carved out of stone, and his clothes are, like, elegantly fitted to him. Definitely nothing he's wearing isn't bespoke.
Yeah, I mean, he has, I think, very angular features.
Yeah.
I imagine that he has, like, a good beard. Always dresses very, very nicely. Very professional, very, like, corporate.
Mm-hmm. But I think, like, he's taken off his sport coat, and so now he's down to, like, suspenders and a buttoned all the way up dress shirt.
I kind of, like, imagine his, like, stance or movements, like, kind of like a big cat. Like, just kind of observing and, yeah.
Why are you taking me in here?
Why are you here? Wait, no, just hold on. Don't say anything. I think Theo's gonna shh. Theo's gonna go over to her dad's desk, and I think that, like, this would make sense to be stocked there, like sand or some sort of material that Theo can lay out, like a rune, like on the floor to create, like, just like a bubble that prevents people from hearing. Because, like, my dad would have, meetings that he doesn't want other people to, like, listen to.
Mm-hmm.
Who's after us? What's going on?
Just hold on.
I just talked to your cat.
Can you just please hold on? It's not safe to talk openly. They can maybe hear you. Just hold on, okay? And then Theo's going to be pouring this, like, dust in a circle on the ground. And I think on, like, kind of a north, south, east, west, pour a little sand and then, like, draw something in Greek in each spot. And then, like, pull Mark into the circle, mutter a couple of words, and then it'll, like, kind of, like, light up, like, a quick, like kind of lighting a bonfire real quick, and then it goes down.
Roll use magic.
14. Advanced move.
Hell yeah.
Once that spell's done, Theo's gonna exhale, turn to Mark. What are you doing here? Especially without letting me know ahead of time.
I was just coming to see you and Dockers.
Next time, can you, like, let me know ahead of time and we can meet somewhere else? I don't want you coming here. It's not safe. For you or for me.
Well, clearly your cat told me that it wasn't safe here. What's that all about?
Wait, what did you say to him? What did you say to him?
He, well, first of all, I took him to the bathroom. He made it clear to me that the bathroom was no place for a cat. Then I talked to him about myself, and he asked me if I'd always been a human.
And you lied to him, I assume?
Well, apparently nothing gets past your cat. I told him that I'm not here to do anything, it's just to see you. And also to talk. I didn't tell him I was going to talk to Dockers. I don't think he knows Dockers exists.
No, he shouldn't. No, I'm afraid of whatever you said to Sev. We'll get back to one of my family members, which is not going to be good, because then they're going to question me and ask me. And, I mean, you're already in a lot of danger just being in this house.
Yeah, so what's the deal with the danger? Like, your family seemed nice other than putting something in the drink.
You think that was nice?
I don't know. They, well, I mean, it was
Mark,
a little over the top, but...
They were casting a spell on you to tell them the truth. any questions that they would have asked you, you would have had to have told them. I don't know about you, but that's not very friendly.
Well, your cat seemed friendly.
It's a cat. It's just...
It's a cat.
It's... Don't get me wrong. It's nice to see you.
So
but...
wait, hold on. So you just want me to, like, avoid your family forever?
Just...
Like, what is this?
Just...
In school,
Wait,
when
what do you
I
mean?
first started looking at relationships and trying to make sense of them, I was always told that you have to be very honest with the family. And why can't I be honest with them?
What?
Never mind.
No, wait.
Relationship?
I don't.
I mean. Wait. Are we in a relationship?
I mean, we're in.
I mean, we don't. I think Mark gets like really red in his face. He's like, we don't have to be. If you don't want to.
It's just, I haven't thought that far yet.
What?
I mean, we're friends.
The
We're totally
door
friends.
swings open.
We're
Theo will like kick the sand.
Kick
like,
what?
The
I thought
sand,
you
like
just
the
said
dust.
You kissed him.
No, Theo wants to
God.
like, I guess like act under pressure to like just brush, or like no, she wants to use magic to just do like a slight like wind to blow the dust away.
So that he won't know that you've done a thing? We'll use
Mark
magic.
just like spins around and he's like, "Hey,
I'm the boyfriend, Mark.
I'm the boy.
Maybe
the
boyfriend.
Mark.
I don't know.
I'm the Mark.
It's unclear.
Boy.
It's complicated.
12 advanced move.
I thought Theo was doing that. Just spun around.
Oh, she was.
That's how she blows away the sand.
We're practicing dance moves.
Oh God.
I think Mark is like completely red and he's sweating and he's just on the verge of crying. He's like, I don't know what's happening.
Who is your friend, Theora?
Oh, I'm
He looks
Mark.
just blankly curious, just like he's kind of in detective mode.
Is this my older brother?
It's Bennett the 7th.
This is my
friend. Mark. And I think Mark just like smirks.
Bennett kind of straightens up, his smile widens, and he says, "Do you drink tea, Mark?" Kira, you are pulling up to this small kind of like, it's weird, like, have you been to the Como neighborhood?
A little bit. I don't know it like super well.
So it's like basically a block away in every direction is just houses where like folk live. But then like here, Donovan will pull you up to a, because it's not like a strip mall, it's just like a commercial building. At the edge, there's like a market, there's a coffee shop, and right in the middle, there's a, like one of those wooden signs hanging down. And it has like a baby doll head with cogs for eyes and like a wind-up thing sticking out of the back. There's the Clockwork Child. Would you, for fun for me, just roll a naked D6?
4.
Did you ever play Infamous Second Son?
No, I'm familiar with the game though.
Because the guy from that game, or a guy who looks a lot like the guy from that game, is like manning the counter inside. Maroon cap, roguish leather vest covered in pins, got the logo of the store on the back, but underneath he's kind of wearing just like a normal t-shirt, shaggy hair dripping out of the cap, and then really tight dark jeans that like almost seem to meet these canvas sneakers that he wears. And he looks up as you ding the door open. The store itself is pretty enormous. Like the walls are all a pale wood, like a sauna kind of. It's very warm and pleasant in here. The walls are lined with somehow both clothes, like hanging against the walls, and candles, which you're certain has to be a fire code violation. But in the center of this place, there's like a number of record boxes, and then about 2/3 of the way back there's this big long counter, and behind that there's these just racks and racks of jars and tincture bottles, and they're all full of some kind of dust or liquid or other.
Yep.
And sort of, I think, rifling through the records is this guy. And he looks up as you come in and he goes, Donnie?
Donnie! Oh my god.
Donovan straightens and ruffles. I think you'll find it's Donovan.
I don't know. I like Donnie.
I think you'll find I don't give a shit. What brings you to my establishment today?
I think Kira takes out a piece of paper where she wrote down a couple of things and she brings it up to the counter. I'm looking for a couple of things. Do you have these materials, or would you be able to find these materials? And it'll be the list of materials that you told me I would need to make a body. And I'm also wondering if you happen to know an alchemist or a sculptor that I could get in contact with.
I want you to roll manipulate someone twice.
So the first roll is a 10. The second roll is a 12 advanced move.
Okay. These items, an alchemist and a sculptor. I can get you both, but why don't you tell me why you're trying to build a body? Oh, and one more thing to point out, that underneath his, I think it's not a t-shirt, I think it's like a really thin long sleeve shirt that's been pushed up to his elbows. But out from there on the forearms, it's just covered in like nature tattoos, like flowers and leaves and vines and trees.
I think Kira would say, sort of a long story, but there's more than one person in my head.
Holy shit. You're Kira, aren't you? You need to point at you and look at Donovan and be like, this is fucking her. Donovan's gonna look very uncomfortable.
You've talked about me?
He's gonna reach down to grab your hand and pull it up into a handshake with both hands. Oh, he's told me a lot about you, girl.
Hopefully...
Oh, all good things. All good things, as these things go.
I'm sorry, what's your name?
Where are my manners? I lost them in a bet. I'm Lincoln Ramsey. I own this place.
Nice to meet you, Lincoln.
Did she say she was interesting? Lincoln.
What? No, tell me, what did he say? He's so closed-mouthed to me normally.
I think... Roll manipulate.
Okay. 10.
Okay. Closed-mouthed. He's gonna look at Donovan distantly. Him. Okay. Bring him in here and try to shut him up. I'll tell you what. He likes you. Says you're brave and strong and scary. So who's the body for?
Her name is Anna.
And is she a full soul or like a remnant?
I'm not sure.
He's gonna bound over the counter to the back and pull up a little clipboard and start taking notes.
I mean, I don't know. How do you?
Did she die and you want to bring her back, or is this?
No, she's
not from there, is she?
No.
We're gonna have to have a conversation if you're gonna try to get me to bring somebody out of there.
No, she's in my mind. She's been there since I was a little kid.
A tulpa.
What?
Doesn't matter. There's gonna be a couple of more things we're gonna have to get. Keep going. Tell me about her.
Well, you see, I think she's the brave one. She's a bit of a liar. She likes to tell stories. She always knows when I need to be cheered up.
Hold that thought. He's gonna run into the back and be there for a minute.
So you've been talking me up, huh?
Don't.
Hey, lighten up.
Now you sound like Lincoln. And he's gonna come out with a little paperback in his hand. And he's gonna present it in both hands to Donovan. You don't recognize the book cover, but you recognize the series.
Is it Wild Hearts? What?
And Donovan just looks at it and doesn't take it and he goes, what is this? I like you. You're quickly becoming one of my favorite customers.
He's saying that to Donovan or to me?
To Donovan.
Oh, okay.
I know you'll love it. He'll snatch it out of.
Oh, which one is that? Is it Wild Hearts, Wild Wedding, Wild...
Donovan will
Wild Heritage.
just shoot you a look and tuck it in. And Lincoln will be like, Wild Legacy, it's new.
Oh my god, I don't think I've heard that one.
No, it's Wild Generation. It's the beginning of a whole new saga. You don't know what you're missing. You could probably jump on it. It's designed for new readers. The door swings open. Oh, shoot. Sorry, it's a business. Lincoln will jump back over the counter and walk over to the person who walked in.
Who is it? Do I recognize them?
You do.
Who's it?
It's Clara. Why don't you tell me what Clara looks like? And yes, she looks exactly as you remember her.
So, honestly, Johnny, she reminds me a lot of Abby from The Last of Us 2. She's built like an ox. I think she shows off her muscles very visibly with whatever clothing she's wearing. It's usually like cutoffs. I think she has long, like dull brown hair, gray eyes. I think she's got a scar on her eyebrow. I kind of imagine that like a lot of the time her expression, she looks like she's smiling, but it never quite reaches her eyes. It doesn't quite connect. I think she wears her hair in a braid that kind of goes to the side. And I would say she looks like she's maybe like 40.
Two things are different. One, she's now wearing her hair long and loose. And two, her clothing is also long and loose. She's wearing like a flowy teal gown with sleeves that go all the way to her wrists. She hasn't noticed you yet.
Does Donovan see her?
Yep.
I think I grab him and I'm just like, oh, I turn away.
Okay.
And I'm just like, let's go over here. And I want to walk to like some back corner or something where we're out of eyesight.
Why don't you roll Act Under Pressure? And please miss.
Act Under Pressure, that is a 10.
Damn. Okay, yeah, you get him over and you like put a tall display of cloaks between you and her.
What the fuck is she doing here?
Does Donovan know who she is?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
He's known her all his life. Or at least as long as he was within Divinity Shadow. She was there from the beginning.
Okay, he looked exactly as concerned. I don't know.
I think I want to see if I can try to listen to what they're saying. What is she here for?
Roll push sharp.
Ooh, 12.
So you're gonna hear Lincoln walk up to her and say, "Welcome to the Clockwork Child. Let me know if there's anything cool you need. I'm Lincoln. I'm the best. Anything in particular on your list today?" And she's gonna kind of regard the entire place and be like, "Ash, what do you have in the way of ashes?"
Hi, Johnny.
I'm Johnny. Wait, Lauren, what are you doing here?
Well, we can't let you have all the fun with these intermissions now, can we?
They are pretty fun.
Yeah. But I thought I'd hop in here today to just help out a little bit and tell our lovely listeners a couple of things about our show and another podcast that we want to tell them all about. So real quick, just those two things, and then we'll get back to all the drama at the Clockwork Child. First thing is just a reminder that we are out there on the internet and we want to hear from you guys. You guys can connect with us at Monsters Playbook on Facebook and Instagram and at Monster Playbook on Twitter. You can also email us at monstersplaybook@gmail.com if you want to ask us any questions. Send us fan art. We love fan art. Or you can just get in touch with us. We'd love hearing from folks who've listened to the show. And as always, please tell your friends about us if you're enjoying the story so far. Word of mouth is still the best way for podcasts like ours to grow.
We've already told all of our friends. Now we need some of yours. The second thing that I was going to do, but I guess now we're doing together, is introduce you all to a brand new actual play/audio drama podcast, Parallel to Anywhere. It's a mix of one-shot crossovers and scripted stories that follow Trefor Vantros and his brilliant assistant Razara Willowsong as they travel through time and the multiverse, which means other people's games. So check them out.
Hi everyone, my name's Trevor Vantros, and if you're listening to this, that means that Razara successfully interrupted your regularly scheduled podcast for a moment for me to talk about our new show, Parallel to Anywhere. Parallel to Anywhere is a bi-weekly podcast that releases both a mix of one-shot crossovers with other familiar faces you might know, as well as some scripted stories that will help pad out what I'm up to. If you're wondering what I'm up to, I'm currently lost in time and space after a totally planned mishap involving a volatile device. Don't worry about it, we're fixing it. It'll be fine. If you want to know more about what we're up to, you can follow us on Twitter at P2Anywhere, or you can listen to the show anywhere you can find podcasts, and on YouTube. Well, that's about all the time that Rosara can get me, so hope to see you when I see you.
Well, that sounded great. You guys can find out more about Parallel to Anywhere on their Twitter at P2Anywhere, and be sure to listen to them on your favorite podcatcher platform. And with that, we'll get back
Let's get back to the show.
Why did we do that in unison?
Because I thought it would be funny, and it was.
Okay, sure.
Now get out of here. Back to the game with you. Casey, where were you?
I think, like, because Casey and Jesse would have had that conversation, like, I think the previous day. Feel like this day, like, Casey would try and go over, like, battle plans with Jesse on, like, researching the drum and such. And I think Casey's going to ask him if he would want to go to the Invisible Family with her. So my intention is they're at Jesse's house, but then would go to the Invisible Family.
I'm sorry, maybe I didn't hear you right. You want to talk to the Invisible Family?
Yeah?
You just have them on speed dial?
Yeah, I have Mom's phone number.
They barely exist, Casey.
Oh, this is Jesse. Sorry. Rewind, please.
No, yeah, I'm playing.
I thought this was Jonny.
Yeah, I just jumped into the
You
scene.
have them on speed dial? Yeah, I got Mom's number. Got them digits.
I thought this was Jonny being like, whoa, you don't have that kind of power, Miah. Like,
No, this is
Back up.
Jesse being like, are you fucking kidding me? This has been a question mark on my ledger since I started.
guess I'm a better agent than you, Jesse. No,
Don't.
I'm kidding. I mean, they're supposed to be able to help me with getting back my existence. So Kira kind of has a connection with them, and she kind of poofed me there. And at the time, I wasn't really ready to kind of face my non-existence. So I kind of asked Mom if there was a way I can kind of come back without, like, needing Kira. So I kind of got Mom's number. Don't even ask me about Dad. But
Oh, I'm going to ask you about Dad. But sure, let's call the Invisible Family.
are you going to be weird, though?
Define weird.
Like, are you going to be like an... I can't take the agent out of them. I just don't... I feel like I finally got to, like, a place with the Invisible Family where they don't maybe hate me. I mean, I think that they still question me. I don't know. It's very gray with them. But if you come along, we're there to do research. Don't do any, like, spy ops stuff on them.
Are you telling me to let you do the talking? Roll and manipulate someone.
12.
Fine, since you're just such good friends. I'll follow your lead.
Okay, let me just make sure it's okay that I can bring you.
Don't you... Are you fucking kidding me?
Just... I'm sorry. Okay, I'll be right back. I promise. Just hold on.
As you're leaving, you'll hear him be like, I have had a hell of a week.
Casey's gonna go outside, and I think that she's gonna call Mom.
Relax under pressure.
I'm gonna throw a 2 on top of that.
All right.
13. Advanced move.
Okay.
Miss Davis, I presume this is some kind of emergency?
More like a favor?
Stars and stripes.
I mean, the good news is that I finally made a decision.
Well, is it good news, or did you make a decision?
It's good news. I mean, bad news that I have to talk to Dad, but good news.
She's not so bad once you get to know her.
Sure. I'm kind of wondering if... Do you know the drum?
We know all kinds of things, Casey. What do you need?
I need to do some research. kind of a little bit of everything on the drum, on Operation Tourniquet, and then kind of obviously most importantly is the best plan of attack of getting back my existence.
Sounds like you have a lot of research to do then.
Yeah. Would it be possible if I could come now? I can wait for the twins to show up, and if you don't mind, since it's a lot of research, I kind of gonna bring somebody along.
I'm missing the part that I'm supposed to do. You have your work cut out for you, Miss Davis.
Can I use your resources to find out this information?
Roll manipulate someone, subtract 2.
11. We'll stay out of your hair if you just leave us alone. I mean, we'll stay out of your hair. Like, we'll keep to the library, and if we need to go anywhere else, you can have us monitored. Just trying to get research.
Okay. Come on by.
How do I get there? Because, like the first time I got there, I kind of got there through like a refrigerator in Kira's house into Kid's bedroom. And then like the other time, a limo and the twins showed up and they blindfolded me. And then they did the reverse to get me out. So I will be bringing my brother.
Come to Santana Foods in Dinky Town. Talk to Omar, the kid behind the counter. Tell him I sent for you. He'll bring you down.
Thanks, Mom.
Don't thank me yet.
Click.
Casey will head inside.
Okay. Cut to Mark and Theo.
The twins already offered Mark tea.
Yeah, and
And? How was it?
didn't have any yet. I had to go to the bathroom.
Theora?
Mm-hmm.
Usually guests are to be invited.
Yeah. It was a little unexpected.
I didn't realize it was going to be an issue just stopping by. I didn't mean to intrude. I mean, I can come back at a different time if that works better.
I've already told him that the next time he needs to get a hold of me is to contact me first.
Should I go?
Yeah. I can talk to you later, Mark.
Theora? Leave us.
I think Theo looks at Mark and then to Bennett and then back at Mark, kind of like I'm sorry kind of look, and also be careful, and Theo will step outside.
He doesn't touch it, but the door closes behind you. He walks over to you, Mark. I think he stands a full 5 inches above you. What is it that brings you to my home? To my sister?
Theo is gonna cast a eavesdropping spell.
Roll use magic.
12, advanced move.
Okay. You can hear all of this, and Bennett doesn't know you can hear it.
I stopped by to speak to Theo.
And what are your intentions with my sister?
Honestly, to just chat with her. We just recently, based on the work that we both do, we ran into each other recently, as I told the rest of the family, and I don't know, we kind of hit it off as friends, so I was stopping by to say hi.
Today it is a chat, and then you hit it off, and then it is a tryst, and then it is a secret, and then one day you arrive and you wish to take my sister away from me. You, I do not know. You, I have not been introduced to.
Mark Clayton.
I know.
How do you know?
You have told me.
Oh, wait. When did...
She did introduce
Oh, yeah,
you.
that's right, at the beginning. Fuck. All right.
Told me.
You have come into my house, uninvited. You have surprised me, Mark Clayton. I am not accustomed to being surprised. There is an important thing you must know about Theora. She is Nessos. She is Maggio. For Magiona, there is no connection for them outside. Do you understand?
I understand.
So you will leave here, you will never return, and you will not trouble my sister any further.
Let's just say for a second that I think Mark laughs a little bit.
Theo's like pacing outside and just like muttering to herself, "No, why did you say that? God," like just like stuff. And then I think like when Bennett gets to the part about like that she is Nessos and that she is Maggio, like I think Theo like stops and like has to put her back against the wall, and I think she like slides down and like sits on the ground, and I think she like has like her knees up and her hands are like flat on her like thighs, and she's just looking at the hand. Theo's looking at her left hand that's missing the ring finger.
I'm going to preface this by saying that I have not come here to take anyone from your family, and I am not here to cause any trouble. But one thing I notice about your family immediately is you're no ordinary family. And I know that as you stand there, you know I'm not just an ordinary person. I will do everything in my power to protect Theo, just as you would protect her.
Mark, roll manipulate someone.
Oh.
Don't miss.
Before you answer that,
Hold on, I'm gonna take a drink on this one.
Bye, Maya.
oh my god.
Oh no. I can't.
Are you sure it was manipulate someone? Because all of my other stats have something in there.
I'm 100% sure. I'm 100% sure that's what it was.
A 2?
No, it's not. It's a 3. A fuck is a 1.
It might as well be a 2.
Still a failure. Oh no.
Damn it, that went so well too.
He's gonna lean forward so that he's like right in your face. And he's gonna say just above a whisper, "So will I." And he's gonna grab you by the shirt collar and drag you out of the room, throw the door open, and just pull you by your collar to the front door.
No, I was trying to think if Theo would say something, but I don't think she can. I think she would like just try to get as small as she can when he like busts out like the door.
Drag you down the hall, drag you past the kitchen, drag you in through the expensive looking foyer, past the expensive stuff room just off the foyer, as they always somehow have in houses like this. Throw open the door, and then just hurl you outside.
So this is the way it's gonna be, huh?
This is the way it is.
Well, you're right about that.
He's gonna wave his hand around in like a circle, and then like the wind itself is gonna like pick you up kind of by your butt and like slide you down like you're riding on a sled down the driveway.
Can I go incorporeal?
Sure, it won't matter.
It won't matter?
Not to this.
Damn it. All right. I'll just ride it.
And then he'll like throw his other hand to one side, and then you can see like the component parts of your motorcycle kind of disassemble and fly over you to meet you at the edge of the driveway and stitch themselves back together there.
I'm going to telepathically reach out to him and be like, this isn't against your family.
What do you mean? You have insulted me, boy, in my home. I think I also want to point out that one of the things you were pushed past or over is a very big wrought iron gate in the long driveway that has a like fresco of a centaur on it.
I think I reach out to him and say, this isn't about the family. This is between me and you, and this isn't over. And I close the connection. Or does he reach back out to me?
I think you hear a voice in your head that goes, oh man, he's mad at you.
I think I'll reach out to Dockers and say, like, I was here for you. God damn it. And then I just, like, walk away.
Is Dockers with Mark or with Theo?
He's with Theo, but he's talking to Mark.
Okay. Would I hear what Mark just said? That I was here for Dockers?
Yes.
And I think Mark is gonna hang outside the property for a bit. Not like out of the way, but just like, I don't know if Mark would be able to tell, or if he has a way of kind of monitoring the aftermath of that. Just put something like on...
You could roll plus weird to like keep an otherworldly eye.
7.
What's going to happen is that it won't happen now, but they'll find it.
Oh, great.
And we'll decide later who finds it.
I think that Theo's going to reach out to Dockers, like, Dockers, are you there?
Yeah, what's up?
I'm really scared.
Yeah, that dude's scary. You want a Blazer J?
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, you probably do.
Can you help me?
Oh yeah, totally. What's up?
I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. He shouldn't have come here. I think Theo's still like in the hallway. She hasn't moved.
Do you want to get high?
Is that gonna help?
It's not gonna not help. You'll hear the front door slam, and you'll hear Bennett's voice boom throughout the house. Since when do we open the door to strangers in this house?
I don't know if Bennett would hear me, but I think Theo's gonna say, like, Katerina and Catherine did it. They brought him in.
Are you saying it like to or towards him?
I think Theo's just saying it out loud.
Okay.
And not very loud, but like...
I think as you're looking down, you can see his incredibly expensive looking Prada leather shoes post up in the hall across from you. His arms are crossed. Theora, this was to be a good day for you.
I didn't know he was coming. I'm sorry. I told him not to come. I'm sorry.
And yet here he was.
I didn't let him in. I didn't want him to come.
What do you mean? Answer me, Theora.
I knew that it would be dangerous for him to come here.
Oh, we are dangerous now. Why should it be dangerous for him? From down the
sorry.
hall, you hear a voice go, "We let him in. It's Theo's new boyfriend."
He's not my boyfriend. He is no one. I just met him on a job.
Girls. And then it'll just like stomp down the hall after Kathleen and Katerina.
I think Theo's going to like start crying.
That guy definitely needs to get high. You know how you can like tell that somebody with cop energy is like probably actually cool though? I get vibes. My mom told me I was psychic, so like I get this stuff.
What does that even mean? How is that helping the situation, Dockers?
Well, that's what it means.
Am I able to listen in on all this?
Yes.
Because of that thing that I put in?
What?
Theo, why don't you roll use magic? He supernaturally bugged the Nessos house.
7.
So, Mark, you can hear Dockers, but not Theo.
Dockers, what's going on? Is she okay?
She's having a time, bro.
So can I only hear Dockers but not Mark?
Yep.
Listen, man, I'm sorry. I didn't mean for this to go south. Is she okay? Like, did he do anything to her?
I don't know, man. She won't even smoke.
Who are you talking to?
Mark.
What? And I think Theo's gonna like fully go inside her head.
Okay.
And just like check every single barrier and just like kind of do like a whole fucking like intense like spy bug sweep. And if you want me to roll either active pressure or magic.
No, I think you can tell pretty obviously you've got a Dockers shaped hole in your barriers.
How can I close that?
You can roll manipulate someone. Or you can send Dockers away.
I think that in Theo's headspace, she's gonna look at this like Docker shaped hole and look at Dockers. Are you talking to Mark?
Oh, yeah. He's like my bud. He's like your bud.
I'm sorry, and I think Theo's gonna walk up to Dockers and like hug him and then like will his body into that hole and like close it. And then I think Theo's gonna like just lock the fuck down her brain. Just like, yeah.
Where does Dockers go?
He goes right next to you, Mark. Like, as though shoved out of like a wall that isn't really there. Like,
I think I'm not expecting it because I'm having this conversation in my head and it just like freaks me out and I fall on my ass.
So does Dockers right next to you.
Duh!
Well, man, you look how I feel.
What just happened?
I think I got evicted.
Wait, she pushed you out?
I guess. I think she didn't like that I was talking to you.
Listen, I bugged the house so I keep tabs on her because I don't think she's safe in that house. This Bennett guy, pissed off at him right now, but I think like he's part of her family. We can't do anything bad to him.
I know you're worried about her, but he's gonna like put his ghostly hand like on and then through your shoulder.
His
like his fingers are just clipping out through your back. I think we gotta give her some space.
Whoa. Hold on. What happened when we were back at that place? You weren't opting to help me. What was going on there?
I don't even know who you are anymore, man.
What do you mean? Who I am? I'm Mark. I'm here to help. I thought we were on a team and we were working together. Like, what's up?
No, man. You're melting.
Well, what do you mean melting? I think Mark gets a little nervous about the whole like deteriorating thing, and he's just like, what do you mean?
I think you got to take a little time to yourself, man. Figure out like who you are in here. If you want my advice, get a little high.
I'm gonna say all right, and I imagine this is like I grab his hand, his ghostly hand, or try to.
You do it,
and I'm like, let's do it.
Sick. And he's just gonna like flow up. He's gonna like burst into smoke and flow up your hand and like get breathed into you. And then you're gonna go.
I will say that I think that Theo goes like back to her room and she's just crying, sobbing, and she does like, I feel like almost does like a spell or something on herself that prevents, like blocks any of Mark's brain calls. And I do want to kind of say that like as Theo's like kind of on her bed just like crying, like she looks over and sees like a bunch of leather that she had been like preparing. And there's some like different like stones and like these like circle metal things. She was gonna make a couple of like protection bracelets for everybody, but I don't know.
Does this happen prior to me getting high?
I think it happens in concert with you getting high.
I think, because when did you start crying?
Constantly.
Yeah, constantly. I started constantly.
She's always crying. Before she would have blocked me out, and actually this wouldn't have been in her head, I would have seen her crying through that.
Well,
that bug
Theo
I put.
blocked you as soon as she sent Dockers.
Okay,
out.
okay. So that's totally fine, because this is more of a physical thing. I think, would I have been able to do some type of magic to be able to like put like rub her back or like put my hand on her shoulder or something like that magically or something like that? Like it's okay?
I'm going to make you roll that, and it might not turn out the way you want to anyway. But I love it.
But I'm going to go for it, because I'm for Theo. 9.
Pick a glitch.
Take 1 harm.
With your sort of magical astral form, you place a hand on her shoulder, and it like burns you with lightning.
I like that idea. Like it's just like fuck.
And in the way that I'm sure you know when you go to comfort someone and they're like, don't touch me right now.
Yeah, that's kind of what I imagined would happen, but it was like, at least I'm trying.
Kira.
Yeah.
Roll act under pressure to stay hidden, because now she's on the move.
12, advanced move.
Damn. Okay. Yeah, you and Donovan crouch and like go behind the record stacks.
What the fuck?
And Lincoln's like, any particular kind of ashes you're looking for? Cedar? We got all kinds of ash. We got all kinds. Very specific request this week. Donovan is also sort of gasping and freaking out. He's like, did you know she was going to be here?
No.
Did you know she was even still alive?
No, I thought I killed her.
Why does she look different and yet exactly the same?
I have no idea.
He's gonna kind of look around and be like, slow day today, eh? He's gonna go, oh yeah, a little bit. I mean, we have,
Oh, shut up, Lincoln. Shut up, Lincoln. Shut up.
What do you do?
I think I want to continue to watch her and make sure she doesn't do anything to Lincoln.
Well, right now your danger is in Lincoln finding you and pointing you out.
Oh. Fuck. Okay, I see. Can I slip into shadow form and take Donovan with me?
I don't know. Can you?
That's a 10.
Okay. So you can do it, and I think you can bring him too. And then Lincoln's gonna kind of be like, huh. Guess it is a slow day.
So we slip into the shadows. What is Claire doing? Is she...
She's specifying what kind of ash she needs. You know how it is with prophecies. They're all so...
Oh no!
Is there a wood that has any kind of connections to gates? Gatekeeper? Huh. I mean, technically all gates were originally made out of cedar, so... because that would have been the fence wood.
Can Kira, while this is going on, can she look for some magical components that look like it might knock somebody out in sleep?
Why don't you roll read a bad situation?
9.
Okay. So you can find, like, you sort of slip in the shadows back to the sort of stock room. You can find some powdered dorman root. This particular kind usually needs to be mixed with something and steeped for a while before it can work. So if you're going to try to use it, it will require a use magic roll.
Okay. Yeah, I want to try to do that.
The other thing that it will require is for you to step out of shadow form.
Okay. I'm back in the stock room right now, right?
Well, it's sort of an open air stock room. You're sort of slipping in shadows. But in order to like get this thing and then do a magic to it and throw it at her, which I imagine is what you want to do, you will have to regain physical form.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, I'll do it. Fucking whatever, I'll do it. I wanna like go behind her if I can actually then. The door is behind her if she needs to bolt.
You know what I really want to do?
Yeah, what do you want me to do?
I really want you to roll act under pressure to do that and then use magic to do the thing.
I rolled a 13 for act under pressure, advanced move.
Dope.
And then the second roll is use magic.
Yep.
10 for use magic.
Okay.
Yeah, so when she's saying these things, does she say anything else before I do this? Like, as I'm sneaking around, kind of getting into position.
I think you can hear Lincoln be like, prophecy, and one of his eyebrows will go up. Well, now you're speaking my language. We might be able to make a sort of information trade. And she goes, well, in all honesty, I'm not sure if I'm after ash or blood. Something about the blood of the Ashen Gatekeeper and shattering the locks between this world and the next. Does that sound familiar? Then you burst out of the shadows, aerosolize this dusted dorman root.
Yeah, just say, I think she does it and she's like, surprise, bitch. Throws it at her. Thought you'd stay dead.
You rolled real good, so I think she's gonna look at you and just before you get her and she loses consciousness, she'll be like, Ashen One.
How long does that last for? Can I read a bad situation?
Roll read a bad situation.
That's an 11 for read a bad situation.
Between 2 and 4 hours.
Okay.
And I think Lincoln's gonna like yank off his hat and be like, what the fuck?
She's an evil bitch.
She's a customer.
I can pay you more, right? I nudged Donovan.
Roll manipulate someone.
8.
Yes, she can pay you more.
Totally. You said you traded information, right?
I suppose I did. Instantly not so concerned about the conked out customer. What are you offering?
Well, that depends. What are you interested in? I know a lot of things.
So do I.
Does he say anything that he's interested in or no? Okay.
Your move, Kira Ashwood.
Okay, fine. Well, I know quite a bit. She's with Divinity's Shadow, a cult that I was a part of for a long time. I don't know if you know much about them, but they were trying to open the door to the hallway, which is now closed, thanks to my friends and I. And... But most people don't remember that because that's like a different world. Only certain people can do it. So I don't know what that Ashen One thing is, but that concerns me. There's this being called the Creator that they worship. I used to hear his voice in my head, but now I don't. And I would really like to be able to talk to him again, but that could be bad. Should I keep going?
Oh, please. By all means. Is this the Creator? And then his eyes will dart to Donovan. That I think it is? And Donovan will cross his arms and be like, it was Branson.
Oh, yeah. That one.
Why don't you leave her to me?
Clara? What are you going to do with her?
What should I do with her? You've paid.
Can you...
No. You haven't paid that much.
You didn't even know what I was going to ask.
Were you going to ask if he could kill her?
No.
That's what he assumed, and that's what he answered.
Do you have something to restrain her? Or something maybe something to make her forget that she ever saw me here?
He'll gesture down to her and be like, what exactly am I dealing with here?
Well, I already thought I killed her once. So the fact that she's here means that she's got a lot more power than I realized.
Why don't I see what I can do? He'll look at Donovan and be like, I'll be in touch. And I think Donovan will sort of gesture, maybe physically, that you should leave.
Wait, what about the spell?
Soon. There's a few things I'll need to procure. And then there will be the matter of your payment.
Well, sorry about the mess. Thank you. Hope we can do business down the road.
As you go to walk out, he'll be like, flip the closed sign on the way out. And he's going to reach up, and then the exquisite, huge mural on the ceiling that you realize you hadn't noticed before is going to start glowing.
Cool. Is Donovan staying back, or is he coming with? Okay.
He's coming with you.
Okay, so I think, Kira goes to the car.
Miah, do you have a question?
Yeah, can you clarify how old was Lincoln?
Like mid to late 20s.
Oh, okay.
So I think Kira goes to the car. And I think she just fucking puts her head on the steering wheel. What the fuck? What was she talking about? The ashen one? Do you know what that means?
Roll manipulate someone.
8.
We may need to talk to Riley.
Why can't you just tell me?
Because I've hurt you enough already. Theo, are you still crying?
Yes.
And Mark, you're still stoned?
Hell yeah.
And then Casey and Jesse are walking. I guess they would drive to
They would for sure drive.
Santa Ana Foods.
I think executive producer Jonny Grubb. This has been the Monsters Playbook, featuring
John Wander as Mark Clayton.
Lauren Johnson as Kira Ashwood.
Miah Detjen as Casey Davis and Theo Nessos.
and Jonny Grubb as literally everyone else. Our theme song is by me, Jonny Grubb. The Monsters Playbook is produced, edited, and engineered by Miah Detjen. If you liked this episode, please tell a friend. We love friends. You can find us on Facebook and Instagram at Monsters Playbook, and on Twitter at Monster Playbook, and on Web 1.0 at monstersplaybook.com. We'll see you next episode, where, as always, I'll have some good news and some bad news. Thanks for listening. I wasn't expecting any of that.
I adore Sev. I demand a Redbubble t-shirt.
Sorry for all the clicks and clacks and lighting my candles.
You're just making so much noise over there.
I'm just having myself a I'm just a little loud boy. Put a pillow over me, muffle me down.
What?
Just put a pillow over me, muffle me down.